What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. It is time for the next episode of Premier League predictions, and the title race is heating up. And I want to say a massive thank you to all of you for over 100 new subscribers in the last week on the channel. That is absolutely insane. Currently, I don't know all of the results of the first part of the Champions League round of 16 second leg fixtures, but we are currently 2 out of 2 tips on that. We said Bayern Munich to win and over 2.5 goals, and both teams to score in the Sociedad and PSG game. Here are the winning accumulators we've had for the members since the last episode. We had the Champions League goals double up, the Tuesday night Championship winners fourfold, and then the night before, the Monday night goals fourfold. We had that Sheffield United Arsenal fixture in there. The Premier League winners treble, the League One winners treble, the Serie A winners double, all that good stuff available over on the Patreon up there. Tips can also be found on YouTube if you want to join the members club using the join button down below, like these people on your screen here who have joined since the last time. I gave a shout out to everyone that joined me over here on YouTube. So if you do have $8.99 to spare, I would consider joining the Patreon first if that's available to you, because you can also direct message me and I can do more up-to-date posts because I can do that from my phone. But if you want to support on YouTube as well, you can do that, and you'll get a badge next to your name in the comments of all these videos. Obviously on Patreon as well, you get a shout out in every single video, like all of the members flashing up on the screen here. So thank you to all the members that have joined since the last episode as well. I really do appreciate it. And as you saw, we've had some winners lately, just more and more coming in. So hopefully we can keep that going. And today we have, of course, got the Premier League predictions. Kicking it off, we do have Manchester United up against Everton. Now, I do think Man United are going to find it within themselves to get a victory here. Everton got pretty badly beaten in the end by West Ham in a fixture where no one really saw that coming, and Manchester United got beaten by Manchester City in a way that literally everyone saw that coming. I think if anyone's been predicting football games and scores for, you know, any amount of time, they would have predicted a City to win and Man United to just get 1 goal. So I think this is going to be time for Man United to bounce back. They need to get in positive goal difference. Do I think they're going to do it here? I don't. I can see them winning by the 1 goal at Old Trafford. I'm going to go Manchester United 2, Everton 1. The tip is going to be Man United to win at 1.85 because they just have to. They're under so much pressure. They're not playing well. They've got more points than I feel like they deserve, and they really need to do something here, give the fans something to be happy about. So I'm going to go Man United 2, Everton 1. After this, it's Bournemouth up against Sheffield United. Sheffield United hitting 50 goal difference negative. Absolutely incredible. That's, I don't know what the record is for a season. It might be close to 70, but at this rate, they are going to get at the very least close to the worst goal difference we've ever seen in the Premier League. I think it's going to get worse for them here. I think Bournemouth coming off a brilliant victory against Burnley. I think Bournemouth are going to win. Something about this fixture just tells me Sheffield United are going to score, but I don't see them winning. So I'm going to go for a Bournemouth 3-1 win, and the tip is just going to be over 2.5 goals at 1.53. I think more misery for Sheffield United. After this, Crystal Palace up against Luton. Luton, they've been losing a lot lately. You know, they tend to score, but they also tend to lose. They lost 3-2 to Aston Villa. They've been putting up a fight, scoring but not winning. Crystal Palace losing out after going ahead against Tottenham, but we did predict that Tottenham would win and both teams would score in that game. So I think, safe to say in this one, I think both teams will score. I'm going to go for Crystal Palace 2, Luton 1. So I do think Crystal Palace is going to win. The tip is going to be Palace to win at 1.72. After this, it's Wolverhampton Wanderers up against Fulham. Wolves losing 3-0 last time out. Fulham winning 3-0 last time out. But last time out, Wolves were away from home and Fulham were at home. So we reversed that. And given that I think Wolves need to bounce back at home and Fulham aren't as good away from home as they are at home, I'm just going to cancel it out. I'm going to go for a high-scoring game. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw between the two teams. My tip is both teams to score at 1.7. I think either team could win this. Wolves could win it on their day. Fulham could win it on their day. So I'm going to go for a draw. But Fulham looking decent. After this, it's Arsenal up against Brentford. Arsenal have the chance to go top of the league before someone, if not both, of Liverpool and Manchester City drop points on the Super Sunday. So Arsenal, following that brilliant result against Sheffield United, I think they're going to get the win. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Arsenal against Brentford, and my tip is going to be Arsenal and over 2.5 goals at 1.61. That allows for a 3-0, just in case Brentford don't score, because I did think about Arsenal and both teams to score, but I am going to go for Arsenal to win 3-1. Arsenal over 2.5 goals at 1.61. It wouldn't surprise me, or maybe this is the pessimist in me in the sense that I've seen Arsenal bottle things before, but I feel like this title race, Arsenal have been kind of going under the radar because they're not the league leaders. But it wouldn't surprise me based on how we capitulated last year if when Arsenal were finally given the chance to take first place, and if Liverpool and City get a draw, outright first place with the same amount of games played on goal difference with Liverpool, it wouldn't then surprise me if Arsenal were to bottle that opportunity right when Liverpool and Man City, or both, are going to be dropping points guaranteed at the weekend. So I hope Arsenal can do it. They should be able to do it realistically, but, I'm just worried. But either way, Arsenal 3-1, top of the league, and based on my prediction later, they might stay top of the league. But following that, we have Aston Villa up against Tottenham at Villa Park. This is essentially the race for top 4. This is huge, and I don't know why. This is kind of a gut feeling. I've actually sided with Aston Villa. I think it's just the fact that Villa are at home. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Aston Villa. My tip is both teams to score on over 2.5 goals at a measly 1.53. I think Tottenham could win. I think Villa could win. I think it could be a draw, but I think both teams will score, and there will be plenty of goals in this fixture. So that is going to be my tip. I'm not certain on the result. Just going to shade it to Aston Villa. After this, it's Brighton up against Nottingham Forest. Brighton, a little bit topsy-turvy lately. A big loss against Fulham. And Nottingham Forest so nearly did Arsenal and City fans a favour by holding on 0-0 against Liverpool up until the 99th minute when Darwin Núñez got the last-minute winner. That's very unfortunate for them. I think that's going to dent their confidence. Brighton at home, they're going to have to bounce back from their loss to Fulham as well. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Brighton win against Nottingham Forest. My tip is Brighton to win at 1.72, but you could absolutely take both teams to score. You could absolutely take both teams to score and over 2.5 goals, whatever you fancy. You could even take Brighton to win and both teams to score. I think there are going to be goals in this game. After that, it's West Ham up against Burnley. Do I think West Ham are going to win? I do, actually, following a brilliant result against Everton. Burnley losing to Bournemouth 2-0 away, 2-0 at home, away from home for Bournemouth. I think this is going to be a very similar scoreline. I even considered West Ham -1 handicap, but I'm going to go for a West Ham win. 2-0, and the tip is simply going to be West Ham to win at 1.61. Burnley are in the mud, Sheffield United are in the mud. It's more just who is the third team to go down with them, and I think everyone's hoping it's not Luton, but it's looking like it might be Luton, which would be a bit of a shame. But I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to West Ham here. After this, it's Super Sunday, Liverpool up against Manchester City. This one's very difficult because what's very strange is that Arsenal have the best attack and the best defence in the league, right? They're the best goal difference, most scored, least conceded, but they're not top. Man City, I think, are the best team in the league, and they're also not top. So Liverpool are top of the league despite not having the best goal difference, attack and defence, and despite not being the best team in the league. It's very fascinating, and that is why it's such a brilliant title race, because obviously Arsenal have the best statistics, except for points. They've just dropped points in silly places. And Man City, I think, play the best football. So it's a really exciting game at Anfield. Liverpool have a really long, unbeaten home run. Do I think Man City? I think Man City are the favourites, most definitely. But I think maybe this is just hope, and I hope they draw. This would help, because if Arsenal win and these two draw, then Arsenal are top of the league, which is insane. But I'm going to go... I was going to go for a 1-1 draw, but I'm going to change it. I think Man City can get the job done. A win at Anfield. I'm going to change it to 2-1. I had 1-1. I'm going to 2-1 to Man City, but either way, the tip was both teams to score at 1.44. I'm not going to touch the result market. I want to say Man City to win is a good tip, and it is. It is. Man City are the best team in the league, but, Liverpool currently top of the league. I hope they draw and Arsenal can go top, and then the title is within their hands. I mean, I suppose given that I think, it's in Liverpool's hands, but I think Arsenal, they can get top of the league this week potentially. So I'm going to go 2-1 to Man City. After this, the final game, Monday Night Football, Chelsea up against Newcastle. Chelsea, 2-2 draw with Brentford. We predicted both teams to score there, and we predicted Newcastle will beat Wolves at St James's Park. This is going to be a good game. I think both teams will score, so my tip is both teams will score at 1.44. I'm going to go for a Chelsea home win. Is that crazy? I don't know. Maybe it is, but I'm going to go for Chelsea to win 2-1 against Newcastle and both teams to score. So that sees Aston Villa take a big stride towards being top 4 ahead of Tottenham. If Man City win, that would see City top of the league, Arsenal second, Liverpool third. But if they draw, like I initially thought, we could see Arsenal top of the league, Man United getting a win, and unfortunately all of the teams in the relegation zone taking an L as well. But also all the teams above them, Forest, Everton, Brentford, all taking L's as well. I think it's going to be a week where the teams above are going to be beating the teams below. But that is going to do it for the week 28 Premier League predictions. As I said, massive shout out to all of you for subscribing. We're on the road to 28,000 subscribers. And then, of course, following the Premier League, the Champions League, and all that stuff on the channel, we then have the Euros coming up in the summer. So it's not going to be a summer of no videos. We're going to have European and international fixtures to take a look at as well. So that is going to do it from me, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.